Hey there, everybody. I am back. It's been quite a long time. Getting kind of busy. My wife and I moved to a different house, so I've been moving and stuff like that. But I'm just going to do a quick little update video on a couple things I'm going to do to the GTI here pretty soon. So, starting off, just about to reach the 2-year milestone of owning this 2015 Volkswagen GTI. And so far it's been absolutely great. No problems with it at all. I love the way it drives. I love the interior. Love the way it feels. And I don't really have a bad thing to say about it other than obviously I wish I had all-wheel drive, which, yeah, of course I'm going to say that. So, maybe for my next car that I get, it'll probably have all-wheel drive. But other than all-wheel drive, this car has been fantastic. I don't really have anything to complain about. Every time I get into it and drive it, it's nice and quiet, it's comfortable, it's quick. And so you can't argue with that. It's got a great interior. There's just so many good things about this car that I really like. And it's just been fantastic. So, as I said, I'm coming up on 2 years. And it can say a lot about a car that even I have done very little to this car. I love to tinker with cars. I have to change things all the time. But this car, I just have done the downpipe on it, and I put a Can-N filter in it and a tune, and that has been it. Like, I haven't had to change exhaust. I haven't had to, just because it doesn't take very much to make this car exactly what I wanted it to be, at least. So it has been fantastic. I love it. Great car. And every time I sit into it, I go, man, I really am liking this car. So that's why, if I do in sometime, in the future, if I do decide to move on to a different car, there's a very good chance it could be a Golf R, because I just love everything about this car. I just wish it had all-wheel drive. That's the one thing I wanted to have. So maybe in the future, maybe Golf R, maybe Focus RS, something like that. There's deals on used Focus RSs right now that are really compelling. Yeah, they can have some problems with them. They're having some issues with the engine, but we'll see. We'll see in the future. But right now, I'm loving this car. It's still almost 2 years now. Next month it'll be 2 years. So recently, the only thing I've done recently in the past couple weeks is I had to get new tires. So I got off Tire Rack. I got these BF Goodrich Comp 2 all seasons. So BF Goodrich Comp 2. I was going back and forth between a couple different brands, but basically what got me is these are good, grippy, all-season tire. And the one thing, I had for previous estimates on my Mustang, and these are the exact same tires I got on my Mustang. Obviously different size and everything, but the exact same tires, just because they grip really well. They're not too loud. They are a little bit louder than the factory tires, just a little bit, but they grip really well, and I love the tread. Check out the tread pattern on these things. Just love the aggressive looking tread pattern. Just looks so cool, and especially I love when I'm parked or you're behind far enough. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can kind of see when you're behind the car. Sweet tread grip on those things. It looks awesome. Love that. So I did get these, and I've driven about, a couple hundred miles on them now, so, they're starting to break in really nicely, and the grip going around corners is great, but I haven't had a chance to really work them yet. So I haven't had a chance to hit some really good back roads at high speeds, but so far from what I've done in the wet they've been fantastic. So far from what I've been driving, from the little bit I've pushed it around a couple corners, they've been gripping really well. I haven't really done any hard launch control starts, back to back to warm them up to see if it'll grip. I mean, it obviously isn't going to grip in first gear. Breaking news. In first gear, there's too much torque for front wheels. It's not going to work. But as long as second can hook up really well, then that's a huge plus. So that's basically the only thing I've done in the past couple months, or even it was a few weeks ago. But like I said, it's weird of me not to go and change everything about the car, but man, I've been really happy with this car. And now with these tires, it's back to riding a little even quieter than it was before because the past tires were really worn out. So the one thing though, I think I'm going to go ahead and do, just because I can't, I don't want to leave any power out on the table and drivability out on the table. So I'm going to try and I'm going to flash Eurodyne DSG tune. So for those of you who don't know really what that is, a lot of normal cars, you can get a tune. It tunes your engine computer, and it's great. It improves your fuel economy a lot of times. It improves your power. In turbo cars, it lets you hit more boost and get more power. So that's great on normal cars. But on this car, it's a dual clutch transmission, and from the factory, it's only programmed to handle so much torque and horsepower. It can only handle so much before it will slip. I'm not really sure on this if it slips the clutches or if it dials back timing, but when it sees too much torque and horsepower, it will pull it so that it doesn't go through the transmission. It's just designed for lower horsepower. This exact same transmission, it can handle really, really high horsepower, and that's why a lot of people that are looking for power in Volkswagens, a lot of their manual cars have kind of weak clutches that you need to replace right away. But if you go with the DSG, these transmissions are extremely stout and can handle a lot of horsepower. So anything that this GTI can make on its stock turbo and stock engine, even with an upgraded turbo, it's never going to reach the limits of the transmission. So Eurodyne, they do offer a discount on it if you already have their little tool to install it, and if you already have their tune, which I do. And I've been running with the Stage 2 tune now for months and months, and it's been fantastic. The latest one was kind of weird because I had to flash it to a different 91 for a little bit while somebody borrowed the car. And when I flashed it back, they had kind of upgraded their system for tuning, where now it's not just you get a Stage 2 and then you get a 91 octane and a 93, and then you get to pick. Well, now you just install one tune, and then there's these little sliders that you go into that you adjust what your octane is. So it could be 89 to, I think it's like 100 or 98 or something if you're mixing with the 85. So you can slide that around, and you can manually slide the maxed amount of boost that your car will see. So I kind of didn't like that, because then you have to it makes the consumer think, and you should just be able to say, hey, I'm putting 93 in, I'll flash this 93 octane tune. I just don't like that you have to change it around, and then I felt a little boost cut, and so I had to drag out the laptop and do a data log to see if it was pulling timing. It's just, I don't like doing that. I just like to flash a tune and forget about it. So I did that. Before that time though, I've been running on the normal Stage 2 93 octane for months, pretty much a year now, and it's been fantastic. Love the power, huge upgrade in power. It's been fantastic. So now I'm going to throw the DSG tune on, and I'm going to take a video of some normal driving in normal mode beforehand and then afterhand, and maybe a couple launches, just to see how much how much they mess with the shift timing and stuff like that. I know it messes with that, and I'll show you the website of all the things that it says it does, but that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be flashing that, and then I'll probably be running, once you flash that tune and it locks the transmission, you can get more horsepower and torque through it. Then they have separate set of tunes called the high torque tunes, and what that does is it allows the boost to hit a little bit earlier in the RPM, and overall it's just a way more aggressive tune. So you'll see a lot of boost, and I've seen other GTIs run in the mid to upper 300 for pound-feet of torque to the wheels, and the low 300s, like 310, 320 horsepower to the wheels on the horsepower front. So you're looking at just over 300 horsepower to the wheels, which is fantastic. And that torque, which I really love, is in the upper 300s to the wheels, so that's fantastic. Obviously not for lower gears, because it's going to be bye-bye tires if you get into it at all, but for highway pulls and stuff like that, and just driving, it's going to feel a lot quicker, I think. So that's something else you can do, and you don't have to pay extra for that tune. You just get that when you when you buy the tunes right off the start. You get all the tunes to play with. You get even the high torque ones. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be putting the DSG tune on the car and splashing to probably a 93 octane high torque. And I did throw, it's been really hot here the past couple days, so I did throw a couple 3 gallons of E85 and just to raise the octane up and cool down the charge, and maybe prevent timing from being pulled. We'll see. I'll put my laptop on and I will do some data logs to make sure it's not whack. But so that's what I'm going to be doing. And that was a quick update on the car. I know it's never quick because I get into rants and I like to talk. So that's what's been going on with the car. In summary, I've loved the car. It's been driving fantastic, no problems. Just put the new tires on, and now that I got these new tires, now it can handle a little more grip. So that's why I'm going to do the tune. And so we'll go to the computer to show you what they advertise for this DSG tune.